I'm Donna Bush with your CIGTV News Update. Glad you could join us as always. We begin with the announcement of the team tasked with organizing next year's CIGTV Games. The Cayman Islands is hosting the 2019 Games, which is one of the largest and longest running youth track and field events in the world. Next Easter, the Cayman Islands will be abuzz with hundreds of athletes and delegates who will participate in the Games right here.
The president of the Cayman Islands Athletic Association, Lance Barnes, and myself, as Assistant Chief Officer in the Ministry, are sharing the leadership role on the organizing committee. And so the Ministry is playing a role as a partner with the CIAA in delivering a successful CIGTV for next year. These games are very much going to be a partnership. They're going to be a partnership between the Cayman Islands government and the Cayman Islands Athletic Association, but they're also going to be a partnership between the local organizing committee and the community at large. That includes our private sector, who we will be tapping into for financial support. The government has given a commitment to these games, but of course the government will not be able to do it alone. We also have a need of a large number of volunteers, somewhere in the region of 120 volunteers to make these successful games. They're going to need liaison officers, we're going to need track officials, we're going to need youngsters as basket carriers and that sort of thing. So we're going to really be counting on the community to come out and support these games. And I think we need to remember that each year the Cayman Islands sends a team of youngsters to the CIGTV Games in other Caribbean countries. And really and truly, it is our turn to step up and be the ones to carry the games and demonstrate what is best of our region to the world.
Again, leading the team are co-chairs Lance Barnes, president of the Athletic Association and a civil servant, as well as Mr. Joel Francis, who you just heard from, the deputy chief officer in the Ministry of Sports. Other team members include Ventisha Connolly and Evelyn Rocket as deputy co-chairs. Other executive members include Liz Smith, Joel Burke, and Jacqueline Haynes. Ordinary members include Darrell Rankin, Colin Anglin, Osbert Francis, and Simone Campbell-Chin.
It's a very, very exciting time. The CIGTV Games represent, if I might say, almost the best of our region. You do not become a global athlete unless you come through the CIGTV Games if you're from the Caribbean. And so it's a very, very exciting time, but it's also a time of preparation and planning and work. And we're looking forward to the challenge ahead. We believe that we have a very, very strong team of volunteers, and we want to thank them for their service.
Now, Minister for Sports, the Honorable Juliana O'Connor-Connolly says, I'm very delighted at the opportunity for the Cayman Islands to host the CIGTV Games again and look forward to supporting the LOC in its delivery of what promises to be the best ever. Minister O'Connor-Connolly went on to say, quote, CIGTV 2019 will not only involve the government and the association in undertaking an event of such magnitude, but will require strong support from the private sector and the community at large, as we heard earlier. I would like to encourage them to become partners in the execution of these games, end quote. Meantime, the 48th CIGTV Games will involve over 500 athletes and delegates from across the Caribbean, competing in some 66 events over the 2019 Easter weekend. Co-chairs Lance Barnes and Joel Francis both agree that the LOC for the 2019 Games is equipped with the knowledge, skills, and experience to ensure a world-class success. We invite you to join us here on CIG Television on Wednesday evening when we talk to co-chair and president of the Athletic Association, Mr. Lance Barnes, about the 2019 CIGTV Games. Well, in other news, a Cayman child sexual abuse documentary will be featured at the ISPCAN 2018 International Congress, which is being held in the Czech Republic. The Cayman Islands will be represented at the International Society for the Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect, being held in Prague this September. The documentary Unspeakable: Confronting Child Sexual Abuse in the Cayman Islands is one of only 4 media theater presentations that were accepted for this year's Congress. Other entries accepted were from the United States and 2 submissions from the United Kingdom. We're thrilled and humbled to have been accepted to be a part of the Global Congress, states Deputy Director and Child Protection and Sexuality Education Program Manager Carolina Ferreira of the Red Cross. She says Unspeakable was the second major output of the protection Starts Here multi-agency child abuse prevention project, which is spearheaded by the Cayman Islands Red Cross, working in partnership with various organizations, including government ministries and authorities such as the Health Services Authority, the Ministry of Education, and the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. Now, the media presentation will involve not only the screening of the film, but also an interactive presentation with attendees who will be attending from across the globe, going to the conference rather from across the globe. Now, for more information on the Protection Starts Here project or how you can be involved in the child abuse prevention right here in the Cayman Islands, you can contact or email deputy@redcross.org.ky. That's deputy@redcross.org.ky, or call 916-1742. That's 916-1742. Finally, the Department of Immigration Acting Finance Manager Shashan O'Connor is May's Cayman Islands Government Employee of the Month. A press release tells us that Ms. O'Connor is recognized for creating an exceptional customer experience. Seeing an opportunity to reduce stress and anxiety for customers, Ms. O'Connor suggested opening immigration main public counter doors at Elgin Avenue early so that customers could avoid having to wait outside and brave the elements. By changing the opening time to 7:30 a.m. instead of the normal 8:30 a.m., more clients are now being served. In fact, some 900 customers have taken advantage of the early bird program up till the end of June. Acting Governor, the Honorable Franz Manderson, praised Ms. O'Connor and Department of Immigration managers for creating an atmosphere where staff are empowered to take ownership and put suggestions forward. We say congratulations to Shashan O'Connor. Finally, for a look at our weekly schedule of shows here on CIG Television, you can go online to gis.gov.ky and click on the publications link at the bottom of the homepage. If you missed today's news update, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page as well as the CIG Television YouTube channel. With your CIG TV News Update, I'm Donna Bush. Thanks for joining us as always. I wish you a safe and wonderful evening, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now.
The Esterly-Tibbetts Highway 3-lane roundabout is ready for drivers. It's time to make sure you know how to use it. First, know which exit you need to take. Pay attention to lane arrows and signs. Make sure you use your signal to change lanes or exit the roundabout. To turn left, you always approach in the left-hand lane and indicate left. To drive straight ahead, you need to be looking out for signs and road markings indicating which lane to use. Get in one of the lanes marked with a straight-through arrow. If turning right, you must use the right-hand lane and indicate accordingly. To use the roundabout safely, remember these 3 tips. Know your exit, pick your lane, and signal to make your turn.
Did you know your mailing address details on your land register must be up to date in order to receive notices on new development which may impact you? Visit Lands and Survey Department to check your mailing address is correct. Did you know that walls, fences located along the road require planning permission no matter the height? You should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required. Did you know that fences and walls within the high water setback require planning permission no matter the height? You should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required. Did you know that a trellis structure requires planning permission? You should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required. Did you know that a deck more than 6 inches above finished grade requires planning permission? Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required?